If you have a trip to Paris coming up, you probably already have a couple of attractions you're excited for. In this city, you can't go far without coming across a historic, breathtaking site.
We all know why you want to check out amazing places like the Eiffel Tower and the Louvre.
But have you ever wondered why you shouldn't go?
Today, we're going to look at the worst of the best of Paris. 1-star reviews of 5-star attractions, not to tear these attractions down a peg, but instead to give you insight on why others may have had a negative experience so you can prepare for these situations.
But before we get started, please like and subscribe for more Paris videos.
Let's start with Luxembourg Gardens, a gorgeous manicured garden right in the heart of the city. There's a beautiful tennis courts, basketball courts, and just a lovely water fountain. It's a great place for people to just mingle, hang out. It's really kind of a happening spot.
You can also see the Statue of Liberty.
This review starts with, "I'd rather go to a funeral. This monument is a disgrace to all the good people in Paris. It's just a large circle with flowers and a bunch of grass. It's a shame that people are tricked into wasting their time here."
All right, I don't mind being tricked into wasting my time at a beautifully manicured park.
This person went in November, so maybe the flowers weren't, blooming that time of year.
So that's something to consider. Time of year.
So the next person wasn't too impressed with the lack of shade in the park, saying, "This is a great park to bring food and do a picnic. Parisians love to do that. I've seen picnics happen in street corners standing up." What I don't like about this park is the absence of shady areas at the center, and you can't move the chairs next to the very small trees for little shade. Avoid hot summer days during peak heat hours. So we were there during a hot summer day, and did the lack of shade bother you?
Well, there wasn't a lot of shade in the main area where there was a fountain with some fish swimming around. There were some more park-like areas with some tennis courts, a basketball court, and there were a lot more trees around there. It just wasn't as picturesque.
So the next one's a little interesting. It's titled, "Almost Got Into a Fight." So me and my girlfriend at the time, she's not my wife, were enjoying the view when this lady came up and gave us a little bit of paper that stated that she could not talk or hear and she wanted money. Of course, I knew this was a scam, so politely declined and moved on. She then continued to follow us, and my girlfriend was getting annoyed.
His wife.
Well, ex-girlfriend.
So it's his wife now.
My girlfriend was getting annoyed and told her to go away. Then she puffed up her chest and asked my girlfriend if she was looking for a fight.
Asked his wife.
Then the lady must have realized my wife's pregnant belly and walked off. During our time in Paris, I found most of the people very rude. Apart from one nice man who did offer his seat up to my wife on the bus. I don't like Paris and probably won't ever be back here on a holiday.
I think the big thing here is that's not really a review about Luxembourg Gardens. That was a situation that happened at Luxembourg Gardens. And when you're in Paris, when you're in a major city like that, there's going to be a lot of different characters. And you just need to be prepared for potential scams. I don't think that has anything to do with Luxembourg Gardens, just that there's a lot of people there. Now moving on to one of the cultural hotspots of Paris, let's have a look at what people have to say about the Louvre. Of course, everybody knows the Louvre as being the home of the Mona Lisa and so many other amazing historic pieces of art. When you're being stimulated with all this history and culture, why would you ever have a bad time? Let's find out. Horrible place with smelly and dirty toilets. Overcrowded. I went there on February 23rd, 2023 with a 12 p.m. midday end. Once we got in, I haven't seen more people in one place jumping over you for the best pictures. Smelly people as well. London Museum is free and 100% better. I want my money back. Throwing up emoji times 4. I can't blame the Louvre if somebody didn't shower and was a little smelly, but it is crowded.
It is a very crowded museum. It's the Louvre. There's thousands and thousands of people there daily.
One time I picked up on it was a noon ticket that he had. You had to pick the time for your tickets so you can get entry at that time. Noon is a very busy time at the Louvre. And if you don't like crowds, maybe try to go in the morning. Book your ticket for opening and you probably won't have that problem. Might still be a bit smelly based off the people that are around, but it won't be as crowded. Here's what JM had to say about the Louvre. The bastions of democracy and morality hosting the treasure of the world do a fine job. The only issue is when it comes to art. It's subjective. Most of the statues are nothing short of pornography. I think he meant pornography. And not fit for anyone's eyes except maybe the French. Not worth the hype. I did enjoy some other sections though. So if you're taking your children and you don't want them to see some bits, The Louvre may not be the best place for you. I think this is more a personal opinion than anything against the Louvre. Worst experience with customer service. There was nowhere mentioned on the platform where the sculptures are that you cannot sit on or touch. The kids were taking photos and their representative shouted from far behind. 3 staff came in and started arguing and even threatening to send us out of the museum. Never will we be visiting such a sick place. When asked to be courteous, they mentioned that this is not a commercial place and this is a museum. We are not supposed to be courteous. Don't go.
Wow.
All right, so if you start touching the art, you may be asked to leave.
Yeah, don't touch the art. Don't touch the art. You're going to get in trouble. All right, so now let's take a look at, the most iconic attraction in Paris, the Eiffel Tower. Let's check out this review here. Terrible, avoid, avoid, avoid. Absolutely terrible. One bag is 2 kilograms over, while the other is 4 kilograms under, but I get charged 130 USD? Or repack your suitcase in the middle of the airport like some homeless guy? Are you kidding me? Last time ever that I'll ever use your airline. Avoid at all costs.
Okay. All right. Let's see what happened here. You do go really high in the sky in the Eiffel Tower, but not that high.
Not
all
that
right.
high. Oh gosh, yeah, this happens sometimes. Let's look at an actual one right now. Not what it once was. Extremely rude and arrogant security staff walking around like the cast of Terminator. One rode straight at me on a Segway.
Kind of like the Terminator.
Then verbally attacked me because I didn't get out of the way quick enough. Had a great experience 35 years ago, but I'm afraid the site is now grotty and the experience was all very rushed.
Nostalgia is a fickle thing. I think things are always going to be better in the past than the memories, and when you go back to relive it, it's going to be hard to live up to those expectations. So if you've been there before and you're trying to recreate magic that you had previously, you might be setting yourself up for failure, especially with the Terminator walking around.
All right, last one here. I've been to Paris many times as a student with my children, and recently, the tower used to be free to walk around and enjoy. This June, I was struck by the wall all around it, the crowds, and totally stressful experience trying to navigate around it. The whole experience was chaos. The tower is ruined. In fact, most of Paris, which used to be my fave city, is ruined by stupidity. So I was there 15 years ago, and I remember being able to walk around the plaza without having to go through security. But I do understand that as things go on and situations happen, there needs to be a little bit more protection when it comes to some of those famous, popular landmarks.
And there you have it, a look at some of the worst of the best 1-star review of 5-star attractions in Paris. No matter where you're planning to go, there's going to be reasons to find fault, but try to look on the bright side of things, and if you have the time to prepare for, check out some more 1-star reviews of those popular spots you want to go to so you can prepare yourself or set your expectations right for something that may happen while you're visiting.
If you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more Paris-related videos.